it'll be a little bit easier to see. So this is our Dallas camera. I have it aimed kind of north, and so you can see that shelf cloud. So we're up at 1,450 feet, right? So that shelf cloud is pretty much at eye level. Look how ominous and dark it is below that. But that shelf cloud is an indication of strong winds. So below that shelf cloud, you're going to see really strong winds, and it's not even raining a drop. So the winds are going to get you before the rain. A lot of folks, that's one thing I have with people trying to track these on their own on radar. They're looking for the brightest colors. In this case, the brightest colors are only showing you where the rain is. It's not showing you where the wind is. The strongest winds are going to be 10 minutes ahead of the bright colors on your radar app. So just please seek shelter long before the brighter colors on your app are showing you there. And what you're seeing is a shelf cloud, and if you've never seen one before, they can be pretty ominous looking. They're not always super dangerous, but they can be an indication of straight line winds. How they form is the cold, dry air is rushing out from the storm. That's the dangerous wind, sometimes up to 65 miles per hour. It's running into hot, humid air, forcing it up and over, and it forms this kind of shelf-looking cloud. They're sometimes referred to as shelf clouds, roll clouds. Arcus cloud is another name for them. But if you see that heading your way, get to shelter immediately, because potentially you could see some really strong winds. So I guess the good news is no tornado warning, but boy, that's still, when I look at this wide view, that is a pretty strong storm that is continuing to push towards Lake Norman. Now, I'm really more worried about the lake, because thinking it's a Friday night and it was a warm day, I'm guessing a lot of folks got home from work and went out on the lake.
Yeah.
And they're probably seeing, it looks pretty dark off to the west. I hope they're getting to shelter. I would not want to be on open water with this storm heading my way.
Yeah. And you were talking about the shelf cloud. I did want to say that I pulled a couple photos that we got from viewers too. I don't know if this is falling into that category of shelf cloud.
Yeah.
But let's see. We've got a couple of photos that we just added to the mix. So we've got Vail at the Catawba-Lincoln County line. And then there was a viewer named Ashley in Maiden who sent us some of these other photos. Let's see if we can, Sean's going to kind of queue up each one by one. It's kind of interesting to see like that ripple effect on the edge of the cloud.
We refer to that sometimes as a stacked shelf cloud because there's layers to it. But that's a strong indication of really strong. That is really pretty cool looking, but also pretty scary. That's like something you see out the plains more so than here, but that is really impressive structure to see that in real time.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm seeing a lot of pictures of, Vanessa. That has been the primary images I've been getting as well. I haven't seen any funnel cloud reports. I haven't seen damage report. I'm kind of surprised based on what we've seen on the radar. But again, I will emphasize this was over a pretty rural, unpopulated area. So there's a chance a tornado touched down and nobody saw it. That still does happen in this day and age for very small spots. And tomorrow they might do aerial surveys and find a swath of trees down in the middle of the woods that wasn't close enough for someone to see. It's really close to South Mountain State Park, which is a beautiful park, but there's nobody lives in the park, right?
Yeah. I've been out that way. Very beautiful. I mean, I suspect if they do like a survey, they'll try to see which way the trees have fallen. If so, versus like a spiral or versus I'm sorry, my terminology is wrong, but versus like just like straight down like across. Like
they'll look for a path, and then they'll look at the trees individual. If they're all laying in one direction, they know it's straight line. If they're crisscross, like dropping pixie sticks or like a bunch of straws on the ground, and they go all different directions, then it was probably a tornado. Twisting of the trees doesn't mean anything. I think a lot of times people think the twist, that doesn't mean anything. Everything twists in a wind regardless of rotation or straight. Vertical structures just, they tend to pivot when they get blown. You've probably been at a stop sign on a windy day and seen the stop sign rocking back and forth. That does it in a straight line wind. So trees do the same thing. And because of the way the tree grows, it tends to twist when it breaks anyways. Even if you've seen you cut down a tree, when that little it breaks off, it twists a little bit on its own. So that's pretty natural. What we really look for is the direction the whole tree is laying. Is it going in one direction? Are they laying over each other? And sometimes they'll all lay towards a path, like a convergent point, and they'll point towards the path of the storm. So that'll be something we'll have to do from the air. I don't think you're going to see much from the ground. And based on what I'm seeing from our spotters, we have a ton of spotters in social media. I don't see any. I'm the images I'm getting just shelf cloud after shelf cloud. It's like you could write a textbook with the number of shelf cloud images we're getting in. So people are seeing the shelf cloud, but nobody has really seen an actual tornado at least visually that I can tell right now.